Oh god, there's so many good episodes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, even people who hate South Park, and I know there are plenty of them out there for the crude humor and whatnot, people have to admit there is some revolutionary shit going on in the show.
There is.
Yeah.
Very on the nose. As much as most people want to admit, sometimes they hate it, but probably because it's right. And they're like, oh, how dare them!
But enough about...
They're not necessarily trying to be right. They're just trying to goof around, really. Just have jokes.
And I mean, they take inspiration from real life, I would say.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But yeah, enough gushing about South Park. We have our own show to run, which also has very iconic moments and favorite episodes of people, maybe. Hello, welcome to the AWKWARDCast, everybody keep it 1 hour random dribble.
Better than
Great start.
usual.
I know, right?
Great start.
We at some point we really should make a supercut of all my openings and then let the audience rank the worst ones or the best ones. I'm not sure. I don't want to go for the best ones because it will be a short list.
Have you ever done an intro where you've not done an intro?
Sometimes. We've had times where Max completely gets the order of the words wrong. Don't know how you do that.
Wait. You also... What was yours? You had one where you could not... You tried it once and you kept screwing it up. Hello... not hello and welcome, but you said something like... I don't even know what it was. And you kept repeating the arrow over and over.
I don't know, but one time I tried to do the intro and you kept interrupting me like multiple times, and I was getting angrier. I was getting angrier and angrier.
But yeah, Netro pointed well. They're all bad. It's true. That's why I do them to set the tone from the beginning.
Yeah,
they're so bad. They're good.
Maybe, but
today's episode is going to be nice because we have someone we haven't seen in quite a while.
It's true.
Stranger at this point.
But almost.
It's Will.
Oh,
I am a stranger, aren't I?
And he's coming.
Will,
you're coming very uncomfortable close there, buddy. Oh no! He makes it worse.
I can come
We haven't
closer.
had Will on in like. We haven't had Will on in like 2 years at this point.
Something. I mean,
and you know what? It doesn't even feel that long ago to me.
I mean, we had all of Chrissy's charity streams in charity screams.
Oh yeah. In an alternate timeline, an alternate universe.
Okay, it wasn't 2 years ago. The last time Will appeared was AWKWARDCast season 2, episode 10.
We had him on twice. No, I recall.
I mean,
that he was basically.
I look up the AWKWARDCast DA games, and it only shows up as AWKWARDCast season 2. Will Ryan DA games.
Wait, let me log in our database.
Maybe I've always been in every one of them. I've just been like in the background.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, your plushie is in my closet, so technically you've been in.
Technically, I've been in the background. Yeah.
No, screaming quietly.
No, people now go back. People now are like, they are messing with us, and they go back to old episodes, and then they're like, fuck, there's Will's reflection in the mirror behind Keyframe. Fuck, somebody just
screaming.
Somebody just handed A&Y a drink from the off screen, and it was not Denim's hands. Why? What's going on? He was actually in every episode. But no, okay, I have it in front of me.
The fact your audio started glitching for me when you were screaming made it so much more terrifying. It felt like Will was hacking into your mainframe.
Oh boy! But no, we had him on the 2nd of August, 2020.
I thought.
Oh, why is it not showing up then?
I don't know. I probably
it's hiding you.
Yeah, it's
hiding you from
episode 24 of season. What would this be? We are currently in 5, so it would be season 4. We had him on last season. But yeah, still far too long.
Okay, but still, yes. Nice. But, Will, for the people who may have forgotten you or live under a rock, who are you, what do you do, and why should people care?
I'm a musician / animator / gamer / voice actor. I've made 2 albums, well, actually 3 albums, big for my personal project. I just started an animation channel recently called Bantermation, been going for about a year. We've just changed up the formula with YouTube Shorts and everything. And why should you care? I'm still wondering how I should care. And if you can find an answer before me, then we got a good one.
Then we win.
Yes, then you win the game.
Win?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Also, he is Keyframe's boss, and he basically blackmailed his way in here.
Get me on the shore.
Hey, look, he may be my boss, but before that, he's my friend.
Fuck you,
and then my boss
your
again.
hair.
I do remember at cons, people were like, "Oh, I had someone at a con, like I think it was MomoCon or Too Many Games, who were like, "Are you trying to copy Will because my hair was dyed?"
God, yeah, the closed-mindedness was insane.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a period of time where like my hair was dyed and Will's hair was dyed, and people either made the comment that I was copying Will or I was Will's kid. And I don't like either of those answers.
I know.
Because I don't think Will's that old.
And yet, on the same token, I was being called Jacksepticeye's offspring at some point because I had my green hair. This is like,
yeah. Everyone's offspring of everyone, apparently. Like, cool.
Nepotism,
What's
am I right?
Yeah. Who's my kid? Leave? I don't know.
Will looks reasonably close to 30. You'd actually be bang on. Next year I'm 30.
Bam.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well, welcome to the Big 3 club.
Thank you. That's supposedly where you...
Chris is going to join it soon, and like...
That's
Lauren's got a couple more years. Brett's in that club.
That's supposedly your pride years. That's like the year of like your prime, etc. That's how I go about it.
Yeah,
10s to 20s, you're making your mistakes. 20 to 30, you're living with them. 30 to 40, you've done it. And then you just live.
I guess the thing is more that you stop caring and you're like, whatever. I was a dumb teenager / 20-year-old.
And then you 40 and wrinkle and 50.
Yeah.
Are you sure that you're not still dumb?
Oh yeah, but by now I have accepted it. That's the difference. In the 20s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the 20s you still have visions and you are like, and in the 30s.
Can't get dumber if I never grew.
Hey.
Yeah. Look, people grow old. They don't grow up. Like you could be just as stupid as when you were 10. I know 30-year-olds who will gladly eat paint. So you know what?
Excuse me, that's for the views. It's for the views.
It's content.
Look, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I'm just saying when you're the mid 20-something hanging around 30-somethings, and the 30-somethings do dumber things than you, age starts to mean nothing. Anyways, but Will, what's been goings on in your life recently? Slain any dragons? Rescued any damsels?
Caught many viruses on an unknown barren planet in an android suit. I would, of course, be talking about Metroid Dread.
I was like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about?
That game, I was predicting it to be amazing, and I wasn't disappointed. It's like the one time I raised my expectations, and it actually met. I feel like I don't want to take advantage of that, because that will be the case for everything that I do. But Metroid, I beat it in 11 hours, supposedly, in total runtime. And then Dex told me he beat his in 8.
You were playing it every day.
Yeah, but then Dex turns around, other owner of Bantermation, he turns around and he's just like, oh, I beat it in 8. And I just felt sad for like 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck you, Dex. Fuck, I hate you. But other than that, I decided to come up to my hometown again of Yorkshire, because I'm going to be, I'm taking care of my mom's house at the moment, but I'm also going up to a giant mountain living by, and I'm going to be releasing my pet's urns. Over the years, I've over the highest peak. So doing that's going to be fun. Meeting my kid, organizing the animation channel. Just really, really busy lately. And now here.
Damn. Nice.
Yay.
Thanks for making time in your very busy life.
I mean, even after this stream, we have to go back to Christian's charity stream. So
Among Us.
Among Us. We are very busy boys.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, Max, anything cool happening this week?
We talked about it earlier, but
Lightning round. No,
I don't think too many great events happened this week.
You did play Honey Pop on Saturday. How was that?
I did play Honey Pop yesterday. We did not finish, which turned out to be good. I'm literally one pair of fairy wings. If you have no idea what this game is about, just trust me. So I'm one pair from fairy wings away from my big battle with the Nymphogens. And
is this the second game or?
It's the second one. Yes, it's the second one.
And, it's the one where you have to save the world by having a threesome with gods.
Yep. And we have actually by now we have, because as in the first game, this is not my media by the way, so lightning round. As in the first game, you get for every successful wow, you get a little picture like oh yeah, and this time it involves two of the ladies, and oh yeah. The sad thing is, for like half of the pictures, the thing is like you have a first and safe for work version where they are still closed, just in very compromising positions. Then you have a second version where the clothes are partially or sometimes even completely removed, that you get to see see the bits. And then you have a third version where you got to add your contribution. And
there's Coom on it.
Yes,
no!
and so far okay. Porn pics. And it's nice that they made it optional. No, the thing where Wolf, Denim, and I start shit talking it after every stream, and nowadays even during the streams. In like more than half of the pictures, it's like two ladies having a good time and then some asshole standing next to them and just sprinkling all over them. It's like,
way to ruin someone's birthday.
I know, right?
It's like the fucking Okay. This shows my degeneracy, and it will also show others. The Zone Extreme Ghostbusters animation, where the goth Ghostbuster is sent to hell, and there's just jizz everywhere.
I would have no idea what you're talking about.
Wait! The Zone.
Like Zone Tan, the porn animator. I've seen that. Say it's the same person who makes that fucking Animal Crossing cat animation that everyone's.
Of course, all fucking three of us have seen it. God, we are degenerates.
I can't listen to that song anymore without feeling something happen.
Yeah, I mean, oh God.
But yeah,
God, it's just. Yeah, comment it. Exactly. Thank you, world.
Yeah, to wrap it up, we had another stream yesterday. It was a good thing that I was not able to finish it because halfway through, Wolfhead's internet shut itself. So, and I want him. He was there with me for the entire show. I want to have him there for the big finale. So once again, thank you to Odie for stepping in. But I started it with Wolf. I want to finish it with Wolf. And after that, we already planned, we want to tier list all the girls of both games, because there are only two games in this franchise. No third game exists between them. And then we also want to tier list the pair-ups in the second game.
Ooh.
So, because some of them are really messed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is what we are going to do after we beat the game. And that was... I
don't know why these images are not sending.
And that was my highlight of the week, playing a loot game.
I guess I'll talk about my week. I'll try to keep it fast. People don't want to know about my goings-ons, but hi guys. I actually left the house. And not to the gym.
Wait, what?
Where'd you go?
I don't get it. Now you lost me.
I mean, I've still been going. My trainer is giving me a lot of compliments. But I went down to downtown, down to LA, of the Hollywood Glendale variety, to go see Miss Lauren, because October is specifically around this time of October is when we met 13 years ago in a DeviantArt chat room, when DeviantArt still had chat rooms.
Oh my God.
And so it was our sisterversary of 13 fucking years. A teenager was made over the time we've known each other. We also made the discovery, I'll get on with it, but we made the discovery that all the closest people in my life, if you put us next to each other in sequence, each of us are 4 years older than the other. So there's me, and then Lauren, and then Brett, and then Max.
Oh, get off
Everyone-
my lawn!
No, everyone's in intervals of 4, which I find freaky, and y'all need to stop. One of you guys need to either get older or younger.
Y'all just need to stop growing up, see?
Yeah, everyone needs to stop growing up,
No.
except me, so I could be the oldest
You're
and be the
looking-
alpha.
You see, you're making it all centered around yourself, Key. But now,
What?
take a step back and look who is 4 years younger than you. Maybe you are not the end of the chain. Maybe you're just one part in it.
I don't know anyone who's 4 years younger.
You
than me.
probably do, but you don't know that they are. So,
Wait, how old?
But whenever you
Who
find
do
that
I-
person,
Who do I know that's 20?
Ah.
Well, no, because at this point, in like a
British? No.
few months, I'm going to be 20. No, in a few months, I'm going to be 25. So
How-
it needs to be an exact amount.
British? How much younger is
80?
British?
No, British is not. Point being, we're going.
I don't know anyone.
We're trailing. Probably someone in Derek's crew. I'm one of the oldest people in Derek's crew for some reason,
Now you
and
know
I
how
don't
it
like
feels.
that.
Now you know how it
Uh,
feels.
Yeah. Point being, yeah, I'm the toddler among babies, but like, no. Me and Lauren went to the Museum of Academy Arts and Sciences, which, if you know what that means, that is the Academy is the Academy Awards, the Oscars, film and science. And they've recently opened up a museum, like only 3 weeks ago. They've been trying to build this fucking thing for years, and now it's finally built. And one of the inaugural exhibits that's going to be there from this month to June of next year, and then it's gone forever, is the Hayao Miyazaki exhibit, which takes up an entire fucking floor of the museum. And it is, if you give no shits about movies at all, even if you're a casual who just watches things, I think everyone needs to go to this exhibit. It is
That
beautiful.
outside picture looks like a really good exhibit for an entrance, though. That looks so sick.
It has like little snippets of every movie, and there's moss, and there's little sprites inside the moss. It's so cool. But yeah, the entire exhibit, you first go through like a portal from Totoro, and then each exhibit goes through like his early works when he was working on shows and stuff, onto like him making his first movies, onwards and onwards. And it's not just, oh, here's artwork from the movie and whatever. There is that, but it also shows like his mentality towards things, because the running themes of Miyazaki movies are like nature, weaponizing technology, unity. There's a lot of socio-political aspects in Miyazaki films. Totoro's aside. But it was so cool because a lot of the stuff is original stuff that has never been seen outside Japan, which is why this exhibit's so amazing, because they borrowed stuff from the Ghibli Museum and stuff. And it is a surreal experience to see like stuff from Princess Mononoke or Ponyo or Howl's Moving Castle or Spirited Away, and you're in front of it, like nose to nose with the original things, original drawings from Miyazaki, and it's just like, I'm afraid to breathe on it. It was cool. There was Lupin reps, since Miyazaki made Castle of Cagliostro. So intermittently in one of the rooms, while you're going around and looking at things, you just hear the Lupin theme song playing in the background while it's showing the car chase from Cagliostro. It's so cool. It's so fucking cool. You see all the original like marquee posters that they had up in Japan when each single movie came out from Ghibli. It was just, they had this giant diorama of like the mine that I think was in, oh god, which one had a mine? Was it Howl's? No, or was it from or was it Noxura? Either way, it was so cool. And then they had this one room that had like this tree and from Mononoke and little forest spirits that would intermittently light up on the walls. It was so fucking pretty, and I loved it, and it was just such a calming experience. We spent like 2 hours in that exhibit alone. because there
2
was just
hours.
so much to look at, and you're just looking at everything, and each like little plaque says what these fucking backgrounds or drawings are made out of, and you're like, no, I refuse to believe that these beautiful backgrounds are drawn with fucking Posca pens and crayons.
That's
no.
definitely a place to go to be wowed, though. Especially if you
Yes,
don't
it
even
has
know
to-
this stuff, the information that comes from it is still mind-blowing. That's something that I think
Yeah.
most museum goers should have. That's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's so fucking beautiful. I really adored it. And when we got out, we were like, I want to go back in. But there was
One more time!
One more time. I mean, Lawrence even said she wants to go back just to go to the exhibit again.
Absolutely.
But I mean, also, I was just happy. There was a lot of rep for my favorite Ghibli movie, which is Ponyo, which apparently is a hot take to people. Because everyone's like, wait, Spirited Away or Mononoke is not your favorite Ghibli movie?
Yeah.
No, I like the one with the fish.
Didn't you guys afterwards like go and eat a giant pancake or waffle or something?
Yes, I'm getting nay. I'm getting to that. But
yeah.
the other level of the museum we went to, and keep in mind, we only did like 1.5 floors of this museum. This museum is a fucking day trip. We're going to go back. But there was just this big exhibit talking about like the history of how film and everything was made. There was a projector showing like films of just home videos from like the 1800s in different parts of the world.
Damn.
And it's fucking surreal to see like just these people are all very dead. But just their goings-ons. But then there was stuff like then there was just parts that were like, there was a whole section dedicated to animation, and it was in the Leica room. So Studio Leica, so the fucking Coraline and Kubo and stuff was there. And there was they had stuff from like original pencil tests from Bambi, which by the way is really old. And then they had like Kubo's model from Kubo and the Two Strings, so all the different faces, and you can look behind them and see the different mechanisms that they have to actually animate that. They had Looney Tunes stuff. They had a very tasteful section talking about the complicated history of animation. So like race, sexism, the disparity between women in the workplace. And it had a disclaimer. It was very tasteful. I respect it. But then they had a section that was like celebrating music in animation. So they had different songs playing with their screens. And, you know, we looked at it. It was cool. We were walking around, but you could still hear it no matter where you were in the room. And it was playing like Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Almost There from Princess and the Frog. All this stuff. Cool. And then you hear, times have changed. Our kids are getting worse. I was like, they are not playing Blame. They are not playing Blame Canada.
Of course we are.
And then I look over, and they're playing Blame Canada. They're playing the climax of the song. And also, I think that was the first time Lauren found out that in the time of that movie, all the girls are voiced by the same person.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Rest in peace, Mary Kay. You are one of the most talented. You were one of the most talented people alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so fucking cool. Like they had a reconstructed pencil test of the scene in Bambi where Bambi's trying to walk on the ice and keeps slipping, which, fun fact, was going to get cut from the movie. So Frank Thomas in 2 days did a pencil test of that entire scene to try to convince Walt Disney to keep it in.
Oh, wow.
He animated that entire thing in 2 days.
What a Chad move.
Yeah.
That is...
I know. Frank Thomas is a Chad. But then right afterwards, they had like a little visual effects area. So they had all these models of the T-1000 in different stages of melting. They had the original little animatronic robot they used to make the movements of the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
What?
Like, because the T-Rex was originally going to be stop motion, but they took that as the model and then CGI'd over it. They had Zoe Saldana's facial recognition mask from Avatar with like the dreads and everything, which... Have your opinions on Avatar all you want. Technically, that movie is amazing. And then right after, they have all these costumes. Like, they had R2-D2, they had C-3PO, they had Edward Scissorhands' original outfit. They had an original astronaut suit from 2001: A Space Odyssey. They had one of the guards from Black Panther. They had Danny DeVito's prosthetic nose from Batman Returns.
I can only coom so much. This sounds
one
like
of my
heaven.
favorite things, though. It is.
But let me guess, no photos inside?
Actually, except for the Miyazaki Museum, you can take photos. It's just that my phone is having trouble sending pictures right now.
And I don't see. I was checking Discord. No,
Well,
Twitter. Yours and Lauren's Twitter, and I didn't see much.
Yeah,
except for those two
Lauren.
pics.
Yeah. We wanted to experience it. They also had the miniature of the house in that first crane shot in Batman Returns. Because what they did is that they used miniatures. They didn't use like a drone or anything. No, but it was so cool. And then we left. But it was so cool. Then we went to Little Tokyo, had a great time. I ate many red bean buns. But the other thing is, we went to. We went in the morning on Saturday. We went to 100-year-old Japanese temple that's on like a hilltop down in Los Angeles. It is beautiful. Let me see if I send this just to you in our DMs if it will send. Why is it not? I don't know why. I know I texted you them, but it's just...
but yeah, I mean, I could try to log into WhatsApp on my computer so I can access the pictures from there.
Yeah, maybe if I send you them on WhatsApp, because...
Oh, I guess I better log into WhatsApp then. Yeehaw!
Oh yeah, pictures sent fine on WhatsApp apparently, but Discord keeps saying compressing files. I'm sorry. Fucking, I hate technology. But yeah, we went to this beautiful historical landmark. It's like right on the hills in Los Angeles, and it has this beautiful view. You could see everything. It was so clear. You could see out to the ocean. You could see all of LA.
Wait, I'm almost there. Okay, so temple, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful temple with magnificent views. Yeah, you could see out to the ocean. It was beautiful. And what did we do there? We ate pancakes.
Hey-ya!
Yes, because there's a famous place called the Griddle that rents the place in the morning. In the evening, it's a sushi place. But yeah, we ate pancakes there, and those pancakes are fucking ginormous. They're like this big. Like my hand was there for reference.
Well, you have very tiny hands.
There's 3 of those. So that's a stack of 3. Me and Lauren got through like a quarter of them, and we were like, I still have leftovers in my fridge. Hold on.
Oh my god.
I was about to say, my tiny European stomach could probably not even make it through one of them, especially with whatever this is on top. Whipped cream, ice cream, butter. Ooh. I don't know.
Syrup.
Between us Europeans, those Americans.
Well, Canada's fine.
American, Canada's fine.
They are the
novelty.
But
I see here every day.
I see the bacon in the background, and that's what's speaking to me.
Look at my head. Look at my head. And I don't have a tiny head. On the contrary, my head is very large. This thing is it's taking up the entire width of this. And they were...
there is this nice saying like XY for weeks. So in this context, pancakes for weeks might actually be literal because you might still have something in this box by then.
But they were very delicious. There was bacon and sausage there because we needed some meat to counteract the carbs. But it was fantastic. And yeah, that was my weekend. Then I came home and went to the gym. And then fell asleep.
that was a hell of a week.
It was. A hell of a week compressed in a day and a half. But yeah, now we can go to media.
Yes,
we're going
we
through
can.
This fact.
Will, have you picked your media yet?
Well, I did have like 2 that have been like, I wouldn't say hyper focusing on, but like I've been delved into quite a bit. I mean, there's Metroid Dread, which I harkened on about earlier. I beat it. It's one of the best Metroidvania style games. I believe that Metroid was like one of the first of its kind to be like a Metroidvania. That's why the name Metroidvania.
Yeah.
But honestly, the story captivated me. a lot more than I would have expected. It actually changed because the game itself was like 10 years. Well, no, in the early 2000s they started that because it was originally going to be for the 3DS, I believe, or the DS. I can't remember which one, but it went into dev hell for so long. And
15 years.
yeah,
Damn.
15 years. They eventually got picked up by the great dev company. They had some works beforehand. I can't remember which ones they were, but supposedly their catalog has been well trusted. And so they made this, and oh my goodness, it was the best thing ever. And then I've just realized it's a hard mode. Like, this game is already hard enough as it is on normal mode, and it's more complicated than you'd ever imagine. The map is insane. I mean, it's
Hard
a big
mode
game.
is fuck you mode. That's what that mode is.
I'm yet to see that because I've only just started hard mode and I think I just beat the first boss. But supposedly I think hard mode is going to ramp it up a lot more. There was that. Yeah, Metroid favorite. Got to hear Samus say some words, which is nice. I don't think I've ever got to hear Samus say anything. It's kind of like when Doom Guy comes in and you sort of hear him just say the word no. And it's just awe-inspiring. It's incredible.
If it's done right, I mean,
the
this
voice
is always,
of generation.
Yeah,
It's
this is
exactly what happened in Ancient Gods.
always a gamble if you give a character like that who is infamously mute a voice.
It just makes you think of what Gordon Freeman's gonna be. Like when he finally gets.
Hello,
I mean-
I'm
I mean-
Gordon Freeman, yeah.
I'm a nerd. I'm a scientist with a PhD.
Actually, that's a joke that we did on Bantamation. It was,
Bantamation.
If Link speaks, Link can't speak, I think is the animation name.
Oh yeah, there it is
but-
already.
Yeah, but basically, is look at like the person who's speaking with is like his agent trying to get him into a movie gig and stuff. It's like, one problem, you have to speak.
I was about to say, we know his voice at the very
Yeah.
least.
But then, like, his last resort is he brings in Gordon Freeman. It's just I play as Gordon Freeman.
I'm Morgan Freeman.
Gordon Freeman.
Gordon Freeman, yeah.
And just like give his voice really shitty. Silent protagonists, they're funny when you give them a voice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing to have a character that just goes wah wahoo, and then it's me. I think you all know what you're talking about here.
It's me, Chris Pratio.
It's me, Chris Pratio. Yeah, like so Metroid, very fun game. But then on the side of it, because I've obviously been having a lot of movie nights, watching a lot of streaming recently, because I've now got a bit more, despite my busy schedule, I've got a lot more free time. I delved into finally, like one of the most insanely great animated series over on streaming. I'm talking, of course, about Castlevania. Castlevania
You actually gave me a heads up, and yet I still missed my cue. Please continue.
Castlevania is perhaps everything that everybody set me up for in a can. It was like, oh, you're gonna love this, Will, or you're gonna really enjoy this. And I'd already hypothesized, because I saw like maybe a few clips on trailers, and I was like, oh my god, this looks really cool, but it took ages for me to watch it. Because I didn't really have a partner to watch it with. But I finally convinced Sophie. Actually, it wasn't me. I tried doing it for years, but Chris did it in a heartbeat. Fuck him. But we watched Castlevania, and it's a lot of monologue. There's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of like foreshadowing, etc. But it's beautiful. It's pristine. It's when the gut and gore happens, it happens. When the sex scenes happen, they happen. When simpage happens, that's subjective. For me personally, Alucard is right up there for me. He's my little boy. But yeah, honestly, Castlevania, one of my favorite anime series by a long shot, and Chris definitely, because it beats Invincible. Invincible was really good for me. It was up there as one of the newer ones, but Castlevania is just taking it. We're at season 4 at the moment. So we've just been binging that like no tomorrow. Such a good series.
Currently still myself in the beginning of season 3. But yeah, you say when the sex scenes happen, they happen. Our experience was more down the lines of, wow, they're not holding back at all with the gore. But you can't even see a single titty because it's an American production.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we got some titty.
Nice.
I think when I say that, I think it's more like suggestive. So they obviously don't show it like it's hentai. It's like there's a lot of suggestiveness, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yeah.
But much like any sort of like old historian kind of gory show. Think Spartacus. Like everybody was walking around with their dicks hanging out and shit. And Game of Thrones, there was a lot of incest. But yeah, Castlevania is a crazy one too. So add that to your bank of smut lists if you want.
Well, yeah, currently watching it too and can confirm it's a pretty neat show.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is also one of the most visually stunning shows to ever come out of streaming.
You know what
Or
persuaded me?
anything.
It was Invader Zim's special, because they had that bit at the beginning that was animated by some of the people at the Castlevania studio.
My name is Dib, and I'm 30 years old.
12 years old.
That's just too epic for its own good. No, it can't be epic enough. It's great.
Oh man, but yeah, that is Castlevania.
It is.
Yes.
Max.
Yes. So I was giving the choice. Should I talk about the Tomorrow Wars? But you know, this great Amazon Prime Direct with and from Chris Pratt. And then it was like, no! Talk about this gem. Oh shit, I forgot to mute it. And I probably...
And now we're copywritten.
Yeah, and I probably also have to put something over it because fuck you, Disney. Because, yeah, it is from the Company of Evilness, but in cooperation with a fuck ton of... it's all authentic anime, right? I mean, there's Trigger, obviously.
Yes, it's all anime studios. This is the Animatrix. If it was cut up into a streaming service.
And was about Star Wars and not about Matrix. But funny, 7 Visionary Studios. It's 9 episodes because Trigger got 2 and apparently somebody else also got 2. It's
because Trigger's special and beats people up and takes their lunch.
But Trigger were also like, oh yeah, right. The other one was actually. Here's the funny thing: both where the studio did 2 were completely like different. Like you had the Trigger one. The first one was like super Trigger, like you would expect it, like all the stretches and the extreme movements and the Gurren Lagann epicness. And the other one was super subtle, like Trigger being like, yeah, we can actually also do on-model animation, just so you know, guys.
We learned to open doors. Fear us.
Yeah, and I mean, as you see, it's style-wise all over the place, in a good way. In a good way, it's an anthology. It's unlike, for example. Oh yeah, this might actually be going into giving a sneak peek into your media if it was that. What if?
Yes.
Yeah. This one is like true anthology. Like it's just completely unconnected standalone stories. We also had to basically start being like, okay, when is this taking? Because sometimes they were referencing Sith as an ongoing thing. So basically 1,000 years ago, while there was a big Sith war before they wiped themselves out. Then you had like some stuff that took place in a very present time where you actually see characters, then you just have time where it's just some force-sensitive people with lightsabers. This was the thing. Every single episode had people with lightsabers in it, so it didn't have the Rogue One or the Mandalorian kind of thing where it's in the Star Wars universe, but it gets away from all the force-sensitive glow stick swingers. Here, glow stick swingers all the way. Like sometimes they're Jedi, sometimes they're Sith, sometimes they are just people who are force sensitive and have a lightsaber. Little bunny girl, you have a place in my heart.
Of course she does.
Yeah, of course. I'm furry trash. Of course I was.
I mean, she's my favorite too. I can't make fun of you if I can't make fun of myself.
Yeah. And it's dare to say you can probably watch it completely standalone because as long as you, obviously, if you have no clue what Star Wars is, I mean, how did you survive until now? Welcome to the internet. Welcome to reality.
So much.
Yeah, I dare to say that even if you really have no deeper Star Wars knowledge, you can probably still watch it. You need to bring in a little bit of suspension of disbelief. I mean, you need to anyways, but you need to just accept that people can jump good and can move stuff with hands and whatnot. So if
You don't need to know too much about
Yeah.
the whole arc
Yeah.
of Star Wars. It's kind of its own thing.
usually the bad guys are very, very clearly looking like bad guys. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Star Wars. They never wear sunglasses.
I imagine what Star Wars Visions does though is like if you haven't watched Star Wars, what it will do is give you in turn enough information to go in if you wanted to watch Star Wars.
Imagine. Yeah, I could imagine.
That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, every single one is also extremely unique in feeling, in style. So even if you watch the first one and think this doesn't speak to me, watch the second one. It's a completely different one that just happens to be in the same universe.
Do you think what they're doing is audience research? They actually don't know what they're doing. They're just like, choose, pick and choose. And then the next one that comes out is like, yeah, here's the best one.
No, I don't. I really, really like Star Wars Vision, so I don't want to have it just be one big marketing scheme and demo
That was
reel
their
for
meeting
the
going in.
studios.
Well, guys, what's our Star Wars thing gonna look like? I don't fucking know. Gummy
Anime?
bears?
Okay, the Star Wars stories failed. The sequel trilogy has very mixed reactions, but overall not too good. Okay, let's test the market for our redirection.
The sticky note episode
Anime.
was top class. The internet has spoken.
I generally would say, because they're all very short, like 10 minutes-ish, maybe a little bit over per.
Oh.
Check them out if you already have Disney Plus. It's like Netflix when I'm like, it's for free on Netflix. Yeah, but you still need to pay Netflix. But who hasn't? Who doesn't have it anyways today?
Jumbo shrimp.
Yeah.
Shrimp.
And yeah, with Disney Plus, I mean, most people have already caved in nowadays anyways. So if you already have it, definitely watch it. Is it reason enough to get it? Oh, that's a hard pitch because it's only 9 episodes. I mean, while you have Disney Plus, you can also watch The Mandalorian, DuckTales, Owl House and or Amphibia yet on Disney Plus. Maybe first seasons.
And the first 2 seasons,
Yeah.
yes.
Other stuff, fucking White Collar, which we have been watching through means until this point, is now on Disney Plus. So we are like, hey, cool, we can watch it in high quality.
You guys can watch high quality episodes of the Disney afternoon programs.
Yeah.
Except Aladdin. I don't know why Aladdin's not on there yet. You have Return of Jafar and King of Thieves, but you don't have the TV show.
That's like giving us Kingdom Hearts 2.5 and then like leaving out number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, good shit, at least from a visual point of view. It's an absolute roller coaster because 10 minutes, an entire setup, story, resolution, action, everything in it, 9 times. Good shit. Check out. And
Now let's talk about an anthology series that fails at being an anthology series. Hi guys, I'm going to talk about What If. There's a lot of good about What If. I will talk about that. But first, I'm going to say, come on, Marvel. Can you please just have something be self-contained? It's not that hard. You don't need everything to connect to everything. I'm tired of this spider web that causes people to not want to watch Marvel things because they're going to have to do fucking homework.
Yeah, that's the reason why I can't. It's because I have to go through a whole marathon, which would probably take weeks at this rate to get to.
Yeah. Why? Don't make your audience watch so much homework. You already got Endgame. You can be self-contained.
I guess
Okay.
I guess the only workaround that you'd have is like you'd watch the episode and whatever happens in it, you Google search, why did that happen? And then it comes up with like a description of what happens in the actual thing. I'm like, oh okay, whatever.
Yeah, but okay.
Who wants
let me
to pause
talk
it all the
about.
time? But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me talk about What If, because What If overall is a really good show. So there are a series of shorts that is based off the What If comic books. Essentially, what if Star-Lord was actually T'Challa instead of Peter Quill?
Well, that's a very stupid idea. I wonder if they can make it work. Sorry, continue.
What if instead of Captain America, it was Captain Carter, where Peggy Carter got the soldier serum, which is the best fucking thing this show made. I love Captain Carter. And so on and so forth. Also zombies. Zombies.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
What if Thor went to Las Vegas? That's an episode.
But most important question in every single episode: for which characters did they get the original voices, and where did they get the fake ones?
Yeah. But yes. So basically, What If is all these different alternate universe things. At first they seem like little shorts that have the overarching plot thing is that the Watcher is there because the Watcher can actually see into these universes. But because we can't have anything be self-contained, they take different characters from these What If shorts and put them together as their own Avengers to defeat what was it?
Should I maybe
to defeat a person. Let's say they're defeating a person. I will say this: there's a character they bring in for that final fight that seems to that is from a short.
That seems very promising, doesn't it?
From a short that they cut for season 1 that they're going to put in season 2, but they still put them in.
Yeah, I mean, the character is essential for the season's finale, so it would be hard to completely rewrite it without them. But
I reckon it was an idea that sort of because it is a spider web in itself, as you've described. Even they probably struggle to think about oh wait, this is they probably thought of it way later into production, and just was like, wait, scratch that. No, wait, that's done by our standards.
I don't know. They put Party Thor in there. I don't think. Okay, that's definitely
the threshold. Is Party Thor?
yeah. Is Thor in Las Vegas? Cool. But yeah. So we arguably, I think most of the episodes are fun concepts. They're pretty good. I really like T'Challa as Star-Lord. I know some people are going to say it's an overrated choice or nah.
He's
but
just such a fucking Gary Stu.
I just really like hearing Chadwick Boseman being able to tell jokes. Look, in most of his film career, he was playing serious roles and biopics. Let him be funny.
Yeah.
And he was very funny. I love him. This was a good send-off for him as his final role.
You're not criticizing him. It's only the writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Point being, I recommend What If you've seen the Marvel things.
All of it.
I don't think this has an easy barrier of entry to people who haven't. I mean, if you've read the What If comic books, so if you're a comic book nerd and you've seen that and you want to see Marvel zombies visualized, then that's also good.
But then again, they MCU'd it completely, so even as an adaptation of the comic books...
If you like the concept of the comics, you may. I'm putting quotation marks. May enjoy it. But that's the thing. Star Wars Visions, I don't even think that you have to be a big Star Wars fan. You only need to know the cliff notes to like it. What If is a homework assignment. I'm mad that it's a homework assignment.
Yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, yeah, as you say, this is a homework assignment. Star Wars Visions, Denim put it nicely, is basically every single one of Star Wars Visions felt like a pilot to its own show.
Yeah.
That's standalone.
Yeah.
They are that standalone. While here, it's... I
Yeah,
guess when
but
a new
what-
character comes in one of the what ifs, and you are like, okay, who is that? Like,
Yeah, point is, yeah. But I do like Captain Carter. She kicks ass. Love her. That's great.
That's how you do
Uh,
it.
yeah, that's how you do it. But yeah, that's all I can really say. As someone who's seen every Marvel thing, I really liked it. But I would be very, very ignorant to say, oh, everyone should watch this.
Mm.
If you're going to get Disney Plus, I mean, they have most of the Marvel universe stuff there, with a few exceptions because Sony. But like, if you're going to get Disney Plus to see the Marvel stuff, well, you have What If 2 among the other streaming Marvel shows.
Mhm.
So, point being, don't get Disney Plus just for What If. Get it so you can watch all the stuff leading up to What If.
Yeah.
And that includes the first 2 Thor movies, so you can understand why Party Thor is not like Ragnarok Thor and thus not as good as it should be. But yes, so that's my media. Let's get to the questions.
yeah, but
Oh,
before
yeah.
that,
Oh,
there's
God.
some other elephant in the room we need to address. And this is not just a reference to the fact that it's a long nose. I believe there's some background knowledge to this image that might be worth sharing, Key.
Okay.
Because we are talking
yeah,
about the Art of the Week by our shared friend, aficionados Chris.
Okay, so Parker Simmons, the guy who makes Mau Mau, has been making these little Ghostbusters shorts on Twitter, and he made one that's like a crossover between the Ghostbusters and The Shining, and they have like the the give me the bat scene with Ray and Egon, with Egon being like, give me the bat, Ray, come on, give me the bat, I only want to bash your brains out, Ray. And this is one of the frames from it, and I put them in the chat because I was like, I really like how Parker drew Egon, because I really like Egon.
Yeah.
Some would say I like Egon too much.
I have seen
And
your
then-
husbando chart. He was on there
Don't-
twice. One time as a
Okay,
cartoon.
no.
Once as a cartoon
Yeah,
and
what-
once as a human.
One blonde, one Ramus. You know what? I think I got. It was a diversified option. I don't know, but then with every character that has a long jaw and glasses, Chris was like, "Oh, it looks like Max." Give me 1 second, and did a recolor. Though of all the characters he's recolored to look like Max, I guess Harold Ramis Egon does kind of work. I could see it.
Wait, this direction? Like, ah, shit, I see it now.
Well,
too.
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially if you look at Ghostbusters 2 with the Do Ray Egon scene, and then Harold Ramis just looking at the camera like yeah, no. That Max looks like Harold Ramis. I don't know what that means for my life, but yeah. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Parker Simmons. You keep the Ghostbusters alive, I suppose.
And I guess I will link the short down below, assuming that I can find
it's
it.
it's on YouTube. He puts all of it on his YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
but I
Parker
still need. I need. Okay.
I'll get it.
Thank you.
But yeah, now it's question time. The Q&A. What did we get?
We got a starter right there on Twitter from Skya Neko. This is more of a question for all of you. I wanted to know how you're all doing and if you have heard of the game In Sound Mind.
We're doing okay. We're surviving. I mean, we talked about how we were doing during the week segment.
Exactly.
Cool. I've
And-
never heard of that game.
In Sound. I have the
have heard
feeling
of that
Will
game.
did.
Yes, I know that game. It's the game created by Living Tombstone.
Oh!
It's the horror game. It's a horror game, psychological horror game. It's indie, and they came together with like a dev team. Tombstone made all the music for it as well. They've been spending quite a while on this one. It was in a demo phase like either last year or the year before. I can't remember which one. God, it's been so long. But it finally came out with the big game, and it's exploded a lot more in the game itself. Not like popularity. I don't know how it's doing popularity wise, but like in terms of the game, it expanded like no tomorrow. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't barely know anything about it except for that it popped up on my Twitter recently, and I was not aware that Tombstone was involved with it. And yeah, so what is it? It actually has it manages to freak people out in a way that I haven't even seen with Phasmophobia. So
yeah, so it's not like your typical run of the mill like horror that you've seen in most indie titles as of recent. A lot of the indie horror scene has been ripe with cheap jump scares and really, you know, just obnoxious jump scares. Well, okay, basically jump scares. So
Hey-o.
already it's doing way more than the norm. It's basically it requires a lot of puzzle. It's a lot of walk around. There's a lot of exposition. There's a lot of there's plenty of backtracking to be involved with a lot of things. But then there's core sound cues that come in that like really sort of you have to listen out for them, you know, and in order to like know what you're doing, etc. There's certain mechanics that the enemies do that they're not immediately jump scary straight away, but they have a haunting presence that builds up to that. And as they get revealed, they are pretty terrifying because they run fast. And yeah, you get mannequins too. So a lot of people really don't like mannequins. You're in a giant mall at one point. It's kind of like abandoned, and there's like this crying ghosts, which is really cool. But Tombstone has been able to advertise this. I mean, he's already a prominent figure in the nerdcore scene and just generally music altogether. He got signed up with Warner Brothers Records to release his album 01. By the way, go check out 01. It's a great. If you love his music, you'll love that. It's pure Tombstone. Well, evolved. But otherwise, yeah, he put all of his talent into this, and he advertised it using some songs on his channel, which ended up having some stuff. It's not the only game he's been making. There's a game he's making called Audio Clash, which is basically like he's getting a bunch of nerdcore guests involved, or at least prominent musician guests, to be made as characters where they fight with music, which is really cool. But yeah, this game is... I remember playing the demo either a year or 2 years ago. I loved playing it, if not for the fact that like at the very beginning it had a few tech issues, like it was lagging a bit, but they find that out. I mean, already just let's look at that.
Yeah,
that's far better than like what I saw before, which was like, I wouldn't say barren, but it was obviously the very beginning of it. But they've gone all out with this, so I've definitely heard of this.
But yeah. Also, I guess I actually have to check it out now. But yeah, this was not supposed to turn into a fourth media. So yeah, we answered this question. Moving on. What do we have on
okay,
the Discord?
I'm going to merge two questions together.
Whoa! I have a feeling I know which ones.
Yeah, so bat pubes and making house calls. I am fusing you into calling making house bat pubes. Thank you, Odie and Wolfhead, for your always great names. Saying with Odie saying, if you could legalize one substance, which one would it be? And then Wolfhead saying, if you could make one substance illegal, which one would it be? I got my answer.
Okay.
I would make weed legal everywhere. Just decriminalize it.
I have to agree.
I would make cheap weed illegal everywhere because that shit stinks. Like, I'm sorry. I can't stand... I'm tolerant of the smell of marijuana. Some people think it smells good. I don't agree. But then again, I've come to the conclusion that maybe I'm around people that smoke really cheap shit, so it smells like skunk.
That's more common over here than you imagine as well. Like, cheap over here.
So skunk weed, you are not allowed anymore. No.
Cheap weed literally has piss in it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I see, if I could make it complete away, smoking weed is illegal. Eating weed is legal. Just eat edibles. Eat gummy bears and have a wonderful time.
Yeah. I would agree with the legalization of weed in that particular manner across all states, across all countries. I mean, over here, we've got a very relaxed law anyway. What I would illegalize is absinthe. What a fucking murder weapon that is of an alcoholic beverage. It's like this small, and like it's got about 75%.
I have a bottle of it in my closet.
What are you doing? Like, I would... it has to be one of those substances that should not be bought for personal use. It should be used for like parties, like organized certified parties where you get a big bowl of punch, just drop a little bit in there. It's like having like the world's hottest ghost pepper sauce and just put a little dip on the chicken wing. Don't go all full ham.
So I want to confront you with a conundrum, Will.
Oh, go on.
So you were for the legalization of marijuana, but for the villainization of absinthe.
Yeah.
What about a marijuana flavored absinthe?
I'm going. See you later. What the hell is that?
You killed him.
What is that?
It's cannabis absinthe. It says it right there on the tin.
You know what?
Cannabis absinthe.
It sounds so ridiculous. I might have to try it when I see it.
I believe actually it's mostly just tastes like absinthe. So if you don't like it, don't do it. I mostly bought it for a joke like so long ago. Jesus.
I would be fine with it if it was in like a larger substance mix. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't drink straight up absinthe. I usually put it in cocktails because it has like a black licorice flavor to me.
Yeah.
So I'd say like a partial legalization, depending on the usage and depending on the purchase of it. I can't think of many things that you would, aside from like the already illegal things, like meth and stuff like that. Like I don't know, mushrooms. I think you should have more of. I think they're funny. I don't know why.
I'm going to you know what? I changed my answer. I'm going to illegalize giant buckets of sweets that you get at the grocery store. Like you know what? They cause health problems if you eat too much of them. And I know people who have like 2 buckets of them just at all.
There's a way you can do that. Just do candy tax. Just like increase the tax like crazy.
Because that worked so great.
Yeah.
The sugar tax in the UK.
I just specifically am making fun of Max. But
I
stick to cheap weed. Skunk weed, get out of here. I smell you outside my window every other day because there's one fucker here. And how are you so unaware of the people or don't care about the people around you? Smoke travels.
Well, they're probably that doped up they don't realize it. You can go up to them and just like, do you realize what you're doing?
The people who don't.
Well, I don't care if you pissed your pants. We just want you to stop.
The only people that don't have an excuse with that is tobacco smokers, especially tobacco smokers who smoke in the direction of the fucking wind. You are assholes.
Yeah, those kind of people are really bad. I know I smoke myself, but normally outside when I'm with people, I just tend to just do it in here because I know it's only me I'm messing with.
Yeah. Anyways, Max, it's your turn.
So my legalization answer will be a little bit tricky and subjective. Because what I want is to bring back those very artificial. In America, you can probably get it anyways. But in Europe, I recall as a child in Spain specifically. So in Germany, you already couldn't get it, even when I was a child. But in Spain specifically, you could get those ice cream from vanilla, from Langnese. Not vanilla, but which had a strawberry flavor, which was so insanely artificial, and it was amazing.
Isn't that what you said the big red soda tastes like when we were in Texas?
Could be. And the thing is, they changed it. I know that over the years, especially in Germany, it was already, they were critical about certain over-the-top flavor enhancers and whatnot. And now we have an EU standard, so those kind of over-the-top shit you can't get anymore. And I want to legalize it again, because it seems to be literally illegal within the EU, because you can't, it's not a thing anymore, it's too unhealthy. And I want to bring it back, which is totally not irresponsible.
At that point, it's survival of the fittest. Like, you know what? You guys have seen what your world is like without it, and you put it back in and see if people are like, you know what? I like this world without it.
And
I don't.
But what do I want forbid? That's a more tricky one. I want to forbid the substance that I want to forbid is basically any seasoning but soy sauce, so that I'm justified again in seasoning with just soy sauce.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna fucking hit you with a baseball bat. Don't take garlic away from me, you bastard.
Garlic isn't part of seasoning. Garlic is
garlic
is an
powder.
ingredient. No, garlic is an
Okay,
ingredient.
don't take red pepper flakes away from me.
No, red pepper is also not seasoning. Red pepper is also essential.
What about
nutrition.
What about normal pepper, like black pepper?
I guess you can enhance the soy sauce a little bit with it.
No, you just made every seasoning illegal. You fucking idiot. You monkeys pod this. Like, how I... God fucking...
So,
Anyways,
next question. Yes, I have another one on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Of course, you don't think that J-Rock has gone on on spooky holidays or whatever. No, he's still here and he's asking questions. That's what I'm trying to say in a very desperate and roundabout way. Once again, time for another Halloween, would you rather? You have just finished watching a horror movie marathon on Halloween and you begin to have nightmares. Would you rather have nightmares about Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees? That got for such a big opening. It got narrowed very strictly to two specific characters.
Well, okay.
At least
Freddy
I know
Krueger.
with Jason Voorhees, I'm not gonna die in the dream and die for real.
I was gonna say, yeah, because Freddy Krueger's whole thing is like
Yes.
he enters your dreams.
But the thing is, like, you are still reality you, and you just happen to dream of the character.
Oh right.
Do you still go with Jason Voorhees? I mean, there is still this thing, like, even so it's your dream, you dream of the guy who's dangerous in dreams, and if you're aware of your dream, in case you're a lucid dreamer...
Jason Voorhees, I have to be memorized.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, so the hockey mask.
Hockey mask.
Machete. Machete.
That's a very weird family dynamic, that one. I think it would be mysterious going into that one. I guess I'd know what I was expecting if it was Freddy Krueger, but with like Jason Voorhees, he can appear pretty much anywhere. Have you seen him? He's like out here and everything.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. Plus, it's just you can only run for so long. He's constantly just walking. He doesn't run. He saves his energy.
Yep.
He just
Don't
happens
run,
to
you'll
know
just
where you
die
are.
Tired.
So you would effectively die not from him, but die of running so far you're tired, and it's kind of inevitable.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I saw a video once which was speculating about him actually having teleportation abilities, because he always walks slow, but he still manages to catch up and even cut people off who have been running the entire time in a straight line.
Yeah. Then by all means, as Jason Voorhees, I'd be probably a bit more intimidated by. At least with Freddy Krueger, I sort of like know what I'm getting into. And if you've watched the movies,
okay.
If you've watched movies of Freddy Krueger, like you know his workarounds in a way. With Jason Voorhees, quite historically, everybody dies, so it's one of those things.
Key, what about you?
I'm going to go with Freddy Krueger. Because you know what? If I'm inside of a dream and I'm just imagining the character and I am in control of my dream, I could sword fight Freddy Krueger.
But are we talking about what we would fear?
I mean, I also fear Freddy Krueger because knives are scary and he has like 7.
Oh wait, that's Edward Scissorhands. Sorry, I was just wondering that for a second.
But no, it's just like I will fight Freddy Krueger because he is the one I fear more than Jason. I fear Jason's mother than I fear Jason himself. So what's a better way to conquer your fear than exposure therapy? So I'm going to sword fight Freddy Krueger.
Fair.
This is for killing Johnny Depp in his crop top.
And what about you then?
Yeah, I guess I have to be the odd one out. Odie kind of went for the similar point I was trying to make. You see, Freddy is just like, he has his targets and he just murders them and it's, I mean, we are talking only about my own dream, but it's hard to find a loophole, because if Freddy is like, yo, you're on my list, then you're on his list. However, Jason only goes after the naughty camp counselors. So all I need to do is, in this dream, be pure. I just need to remain pure and without sexy time in my dream.
Because I did
and-
forget that, to be fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
he kills based on who you are in profession.
Yeah,
Fair.
yeah, and so all I need to do is having a completely neutral, unerotic dream, and Freddy is in it. No, the other guy, Jason is in it, and he's like.
What if
And
I
he-
just so happen to be walking past a scout's place and they all just assume I must be camp enough to be a scoutsman?
I mean, if your dream gets this specific, I guess there is no saving for you.
Yeah, there was never any question about that. It's fine.
But yeah, I guess we're ready
Anyway.
to move on to the next one.
Sure. This one requires a visual reference.
Wait, I see
Oh.
two with pictures. I wonder which one you're talking about.
This one is just to say, how does this picture make us feel from overly opinionated Karens?
Ah, okay, yeah. I was afraid that it was this one. Open image? Open image? Bam. Okay, so for the audience as well. Blip.
Yeah, I think to make this easier, we have to describe how we feel looking at this image in one word.
One word. Or can it be
so-
a title? Like.
Fine. Let's give this image a title.
Okay. Long boy in more than one way.
What about you, Will?
Dumbfounded.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna put what God forgot. I just why?
Okay.
Ferrets look so wrong with legs.
Okay, another one. Humans should have stopped when they were still ahead.
What would you even breed a ferret with to cause this abomination?
Well, I
a
guess.
horse?
I mean,
An oddly big spender.
It's obviously a Photoshop.
exactly, but it's a Photoshop of an actual those long-legged foxes or whatever they are.
He looks like he's coming out. Hey, big spender. Like with the legs just coming out the curtains, just
Like, we need to give him a pimp hat.
and baby powder. Just
Okay.
No, you fuck up.
Let's get the proper judge for the topic in here. Whoop.
Okay. Is it Himbo or Rocket?
It's Himbo. Himbo actually has a very similar face to this creature. So, Himbo, what do you think of it? I'm definitely not bribing him with paste to stay here. But yeah, he actually has a very. If you look at it, he
we
has a
can hear
very.
him. We can hear him licking.
Oh yeah, welcome to
No.
ANSR. Okay, I did screw that on. Look at it.
But
He actually has a very similar face pattern than the ferret.
He does. But what
abused
does
in
he
this
think?
picture.
Take away the paste and ask him what he thinks.
Buddy, what do you think of the picture? What do you think? Can you squeak? Nope. He sometimes squeaks when he sleeps. It's super adorable. Okay,
Aw.
moving on, buddy. Moving. Come on, move. Yes.
That's the
okay.
consensus. Blah 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 blah.
Blah 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 blah
Blah, blah,
blah
blah,
blah
blah,
blah 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 blah.
But yes, so his opinion is blip 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 blip.
Yep,
Glad
yep, yep.
that we took time to get this.
Haha,
opinion.
he didn't
Thank
run
you,
away. Okay, I guess next question then.
Himbo. Okay, next question. Let's see. Okay, here's one. What's one show that hasn't aged well or just hasn't held up as you last remembered watching?
Is
So what's a show you used to?
Is somebody again trying to call me out? Is
Yeah,
this
so
again
what's a
about
show you
Treasure
used to watch
Island?
that you're just like, it's always going to be about Treasure Island, baby. I don't know. A lot of the shows that I watched and I go back to watching, I still love. So I don't know if none of them.
You always
have-
had an impeccable taste.
I always do.
Yeah, no mistakes have been
Um,
made.
No
It
mistakes
depen-
have ever been made.
Careful, you're. Oh Jesus! Don't just go backwards. My arm ends somewhere. You will drop down.
He's dumb.
He is
depen-
dumb. I mean,
It
he's,
depends.
no,
It
no.
just
Don't.
It sort of depends what you mean by aged well. Do you mean like the consensus of the script, the jokes land well, or do you mean like just generally like style?
I guess like when you rewatch it, how does it still grip you as it did back in the day when you watched it,
Oh,
or make you laugh as much?
yeah.
If it was a comedy.
I guess like if it was a comedy. Friends. Like I don't know, like
Oh,
I used to love Friends back then, but then I sort of like watched it back and I don't know if I just grew out of it. or not, but I just wasn't laughing. Or maybe I just heard the joke so many times that I just wasn't.
Hello
I was
there.
numb to it. Yeah, how you doing?
Oh, that's his line. Okay,
yeah.
I only
Oh
watched
yeah,
it
I
in
know. I
German.
know it. I know Friends didn't age well because they got fucking James Corden in like the new Friends thing.
In the reunion.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
Immediately, I don't know.
Goodbye, Himbo.
Bye, Himbo.
But okay, I think mine has to be the movie Rent. I know it's not a show, but look, my taste is only impeccable in shows. When it comes to movies, that's where it starts to get shit. I think I just don't particularly like Rent anymore because the older you get, the more you realize these people are just fucking freeloaders. Like they are the people that boomers say millennials are.
Oh yeah.
Like they are just the worst type of people. Like they don't want to pay rent on buildings that they're essentially squatting in. Fucking Idina Menzel's character is getting engaged and she's just like, okay, a fiance of mine, just expect me to cheat on you.
Wow, lovely.
Yeah, I suppose it's something you never thought about until like you older, I suppose.
Yeah.
What a charming person. Yeah, I could swear
Yes.
I rewatched something recently and it was like, yeah, some of those jokes are not really that appropriate anymore. But I believe besides that I still was like, yeah, it's still okay. If you take the age in consideration.
But yeah, I think Rent has hit mine simply because once you leave the actually good, the tasteful plots about AIDS, the rest of it is just annoying people.
I suppose when you're thinking from that
Hippies.
angle with like jokes that I didn't quite get when I was younger and would grow older, I guess I didn't get a lot of the adult humor that came from Ren and Stimpy a long while ago, though I did find it very, very funny. I sort of realized the infamous log scene. That I was younger, I didn't expect really I didn't know what was going on. I just thought Goofy Face is funny, haha. Then I realized it was a metaphor.
Oh, it's gay sex.
Yeah. Then I started realizing, I'm like, I laughed at that. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know.
But yeah, are you trying to think of something that's not Treasure Island so you don't feel
Oh, Treasure Island. Oh,
wow.
I mean, this was.
I still have the photo of you in mid reaction. Maybe Discord will work while I find it. But let me get to another question.
Where my face just completely melted. My childhood being destroyed.
Hand against the wall, window, shower.
There we go. Yeah, this is him mid watching.
Yeah.
Look how sad he looks.
Yeah. Wait. Image incoming. Bam. Like
there
me being like, oh no, this is bad. This is really not good. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh wait, I can get your oh no face because I took 2 pictures.
Oh yeah.
I think the lead up to this one was I asked you, "Are you having a good time?" and you're saying no.
Nope. Treasure Island series. Okay, can I find at least an image or something to show what show I'm to tell the audience what show I'm talking about?
It was Salt in the Wound that I think either right before or right after we watched Treasure Planet, which was something he never saw.
Yeah, and which is good. And oh, there it is. I have a picture.
I need to see.
No. Just open image. Where open image in new tab. So there it is. Here's the thing. It looks decent enough. Like if you just see the animation, it has a little bit of a.
It looks like Sonic Sat AM.
Oh yeah.
Oh
it
yeah.
does.
Underground
But
or
it's like
Tiny
the
Toons.
Legends of Treasure Island. So yeah, if anybody wants to see what destroyed my childhood retroactively, it's the Legends of Treasure Island. Good luck if you can find it. And I just want to point out, isn't this character is the big one or is the long one? One of them is Hugh Laurie, House
From
MD.
House. And they made him play a whiny character. I think he was like the bird.
The small the small big one. So the exact opposite of him IRL. I mean, he played the
Yes.
long one in the original 101 Dalmatians
my.
video. The huge Laurie was this character optically.
Huge lorry.
No,
Huge Lori.
fitting, ironically fitting.
Oh,
Yeah,
God, it's
Hugh
really
Laurie. Hugh Laurie.
All right, I got one more question, and then we can go to the FMK because we
Yeah.
gotta speed up a little bit. So, from forgetting to save, would you rather spend a week eating only packets of instant noodles or only peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Noodles,
I
and I'll
don't-
explain soon. I need to go get.
I don't know what you're talking about. I only eat the most quality of food.
That's it.
Damn it, will we have a single person who has a different opinion?
No.
I mean,
I love my noodles.
I am I am European. Peanut butter and jelly is not even that big over here, while it is the singular go-to breakfast thing that every child loves. Like going by the stereotype.
Peanut butter and jelly is not American. Not American. Peanut butter and jelly is not breakfast. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, whatever. But yeah, peanut butter and jelly as the go-to food for
Item.
dish for children, besides probably French fries, because they are international, right? American kids
Yes,
love
French
French
fries
fries,
are.
yeah, and German kids also love French fries. But yeah, however, I believe the alleged German super favorite dish is French fries and sausages, which I cannot confirm. I took
Which
a
is
long
just-
time. to-
Sausage and chips over here.
Yeah, okay, for you guys, obviously. But yeah, either way, no,
I've only recently gotten back into like eating ramen because I realized I could just fry an egg and put it on top of it, and that makes it all so much better.
However, wait, I need to go. The original question was eating it for an entire week, right? And only that.
Noodles.
Yes, I mean my body will probably go up in like weird levels because these things are beaming with salt.
Yeah, that's the only thing where if you ask me like, okay, which one would you rather have a diet based on? I would also say like, yeah, ramen, no questions asked. But then if I ask questions, then it's like, yeah, what will my body after a week tell me, like, what will mess me up more? And I have the feeling there might still be a few more lost vitamins in the peanut or something in the peanut butter and jelly, maybe. I don't know.
Well, no,
Maybe
I
I'm
mean,
grasping.
peanut butter and jelly has grains,
Uh-huh.
has protein from the nuts.
I know. It potentially is actually the healthier food to eat for an entire week. As wrong as it sounds to call peanut butter and jelly the healthier anything. Ramen
Yeah,
might...
you know what? I rather live a fun life than a long life, so I'm gonna go with the ramen.
But good
Yeah.
call.
I'm
Anyway,
definitely more of a ramen.
yeah. I probably will also go for ramen and then regret it afterwards. So yeah.
But now we're at our final thing, which makes it a lot more difficult because two
You
people
have
did
two.
the FMK.
So,
So I'm gonna pick one.
oh boy.
And I'm sorry, student loans, but sinisterly spectral prince, who's not following our server's fun trend of spooky names that are actually like real life scary things, because you want to be special. I like this one more. So, one staple of horror movies and stories is giant monsters, from their vicious and sharp teeth to their large and in charge size and powerful demeanor. So let's not shiver in fear and hide in our nearest shelter in this fleeful edition of Fuck, Marry, Kill, cruel and crushing creatures. So of the characters we have to fuck, marry, or kill, we have Reptar from the Rugrats. Great start. Godzilla from Godzilla.
Which one?
From I don't.
It's not as easy now, is it? Anyways, and
Hydra, the multi-headed monster from Hercules.
Ooh.
So yeah, the Titans are terrorizing and will eviscerate you without a second thought. And let's see which one if it's.
and I'm not
So
high.
yeah, Will, you are our special guest. Reptar, Godzilla, or the Hydra?
Oh God. I would say fuck. Fuck Reptar.
Why?
Why?
Because smaller than the rest of them and not murderous. Sometimes is one of those
True.
dinosaurs that isn't all about the carnage and rampage.
And
Godzilla,
he
Godzilla,
give
I'd
you
marry.
cereal afterwards.
Godzilla, I'd marry.
You're-
I know
Why?
that he's had his rough. It's because of his imperfections.
Oh.
Like he has his imperfections,
I
but
can
then he has his
fix him.
perfections. Yeah, I can fix him.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Every spouse's
Um,
mission. I can.
And kill Hydra. Just any way to, because I love Hydra for the fact that you cut one head off and all that stuff, and there you go. It comes back with more heads. That's a problem when you want to marry them. That's more talking from a lot of heads,
Here-
and then a lot of
Here you go.
of
This is-
heads to
this is
look at
what
when
the-
fucking.
Just imagine this Asian lady as Will. Living a blissful married life.
That's me and Godzilla. No, that is me. It's the guy in the suit. Yeah, but Reptar is the least intimidating, so I would fuck. Godzilla has his imperfections, but can obviously defend himself in a fight, and I would like that. And kill, because there's so many compositions with Hydra.
Okay, fair. But yeah, do I read correctly between the lines that you were not on the step on me, Lady Diametris trend?
No, well, I had a long think about that.
Okay, because if you're if you don't like intimidating sexual partners, Lady Diametris or whatever her name is pronounced should probably
Well,
not
look.
be on your radar.
Look, I'm all for rough play, but I don't want to die. And if
Death.
yeah, with Lady D, she's how big? She's like 8-9 foot, and heavy, and could crush you like a car.
And she has a claw hand.
I don't want to go out yet. That's the thing. So, and Lady D could come around any minute. So I had to really think
You
about
can
it.
live
I'm
a
like,
fun
do I
life or
really?
You can live a long life. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Okay, so I think
Was
I
love.
think I think you went last time.
So I can go now.
Yes.
Okay,
we can-
then I don't care where the rest leaves me or what I leave for you, but I will just rotate it that I can kill Ragnar? Ragnar? Wait, is that,
Reptar.
do I want to do
Reptar.
this?
Do you want
No.
to kill the Rugrats character?
Do I? But then I have to marry Hydra. And I actually had a sex joke for sleeping with Hydra. Killing the dinosaur I don't know anything about, or a sex joke. Story of my life.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, I leave the sex joke to Yuki because yeah, I'm still going to kill the Rugrats dinosaur because I have a vague
Okay.
image of it in front of my mental eye, but I cannot remember anything about it, and so I don't want to marry something I can't remember anything about it. I don't want to sleep with it. I mean,
But it would be a whole new adventure.
yeah, but.
Yeah.
Look at this happy
Why
boy.
would you? Now, why would
This
you want to
happy
kill
boy
this?
in this
Now,
picture.
why would you want to
He
kill
looks so
this? Huh?
Yeah, but I also don't want to marry him, so I'd rather kill him.
Okay, sure.
Because those are my two options at this point. So yeah, I still kill him. Because I don't know him. I once again.
Yeah, that's true.
Then I will marry Hydra because yeah, I mean anybody who knows me knows that I have no clue where my own head is at, and having somebody with multiple heads is probably going to help me make heads and tails of my ongoing life, and
Art imitates life in this scenario.
and yeah, and then I'm going with motherfucking Godzilla for having a good time. I mean, imagine the good old Puff Daddy meme from the 90s Godzilla adoption where it was just a giant leguan or whatever. It was not an original monster, and it was just a radioactive lizard. Like, yeah. And, anyways, no, but Godzilla, hello, he's the king of monsters. I mean, afterwards you can be like, hi. You see the next Godzilla movie is in cinema, and you are like, I did that.
Get off my perk, King Kong.
Also, is this safe? Can I put this on screen?
There's nothing going on here. It's just kissing.
Okay, then I can put it on screen. The Joy of Sex.
Joy of Sex with Godzilla and Friends. It's a children's book. Oh my god.
But
Imagine
yeah,
that.
I wanna have bragging rights. I wanna have bragging rights for making the King of Monsters my bitch. And then he finds out what I said about him and will be like, dude, we both know who was on top. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And but yeah.
Well, if you're
until
still
he calls-
alive, then you must have.
I actually, yeah, probably. Anyway, so Key.
Oh, God. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to marry Reptar
Mm-hmm.
because,
why?
well, you know what? He's like an internationally loved serial mascot in the
Within the
in the
universe.
canon of the Rugrats universe. So he must have a lot of money.
Ah,
So,
the
you know
gold
what?
digger answer, Keyframe classic.
It's been a while since I've been able to pull
You
one
have,
out.
you
'cause you've been
have.
taking them. But yeah, so and you know what? I get a lifetime supply of cereal. I would never forget to eat again, and that's a big problem with me. As people know. Then I'm going to kill Godzilla.
But why?
How the fuck am I gonna kill Godzilla? He just why? Okay, why isn't the easiest part of this answer, Max? He destroys cities and kills people.
Hydra can do that.
Yeah.
Hydra's also from ancient Greece, though. I could fix Hydra. Like, the modern day Tokyo is a different amount of people.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
For the greater good, I am saving the world by
mhm.
killing Godzilla.
Okay,
And then
I know.
you'd fuck Hydra.
but why?
Okay, I mean it's kind of self-explanatory.
It is. It actually is.
We talked about how we all have seen those zone animations.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was my first choice, but I thought it was a little. I thought everybody would have done it, so I was like, all right, well,
I mean, you're not
I'll fuck
wrong.
Reptar. Yeah.
But look. See, we have all seen those zone animations. There's a lot of heads that can do a lot of different things. It is multitasking to the extreme.
And it's the sort of dragon. You seen those tongues?
Exactly. Ew. But yeah, I want to have a fun time, not a long time. So if that kills me, that's going to be one hell of a fucking obituary of died by multi-headed dragon fucking.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yep.
Beautiful. And totally not an awkward way to go.
A and Y and Key say hi to the people in the chat. The memes are seen on this live stream as they talk about random grabs. Time for awkward guests. It's the awkward. Random guests and funny gags on the awkward guests. Artwork and analysis which you do not want to miss on our